everybody. Welcome to the Cannabis Wiki Conference and Expo 2022 from London, Ontario.
We got a lot of new hot interviews coming up next.
See you in the green room. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the green room live from the Cannabis Wiki Conference and Expo 2022. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Jackie.
Oh, that's a ray of sunshine.
How was your night?
My night was good. It was fun. I had a great time. I don't do after parties ever. I did some after parties. It was really fun. Really fun. Good time. Listen to my voice. So yeah.
Nice.
How was your time?
Yeah, it was good. Great seeing people out and about. So yeah.
It was fun. Our guest now is Andrea from Reveal Cannabis, who has done a lot for the conference.
Absolutely.
A lot for us. So it's a pleasure to have you on, and you can tell us who you are and what Reveal Cannabis does.
Sure. My name's Andrea Meharg, and I am a cannabis educator and coach, and I am born and raised in London, Ontario. So I was super excited to see that you were bringing a cannabis conference all the way here for us to enjoy. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, because you've been very supportive. We feel it. We're so happy with what you were able to do. You were always engaged and
using your social
really
media.
Appreciate the support.
Yeah, of course. I'm pumped to be here. It's a great conference.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. Like Derek said, when we were looking through socials and the people that were coming, and you were on. And you had mentioned yesterday at the women's panel that you used to be a teacher.
Yeah.
So that might be why.
It's so true.
Okay, so tell us what Reveal Cannabis is and how you came to Reveal.
Sure, yeah. I was an elementary school teacher I've been an elementary school teacher for about 20 years. And about 5 years ago, I suffered from a really, really deep depression that I did not know. I knew that people got depressed, but I didn't understand what that meant until I was in it myself. Suicidal depression, actually, but I have 2 small children at home, and I could not, it couldn't be like that. So I tried all the things that you try to get better. I went to my doctor, I took medication, I did yoga, I read self-help books, I did all of the things, and nothing was moving the needle, and I couldn't get out of bed and be a parent and, go to work and stuff. And my mom, who is the greatest mom in the world, gave me a bag of weed for Christmas that year.
She gave me a bag of weed.
She gave me a bag of weed, and she's like, "Here, try this." And I was nervous. I thought if I started smoking weed, then I would be a stoner mom, and I definitely didn't want to do that because we all know what
stigma.
How bad
that's
stoner
stigma.
moms are.
Ooh, worst mom ever.
Yes, exactly. So it took me
5 glasses of wine, okay. 1 joint, not okay.
You
got
what I was
it.
doing to cope at that time? I was teaching kindergarten at that time, and the first day I taught kindergarten, I came home and bought a bottle of wine and drank it. The second day, I came home and bought a box of wine. And that was okay.
Right.
Like, that was totally fine for me to do.
That's acceptable.
That was getting into a sticky situation.
Yeah,
that could have become a problem.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely. So I looked at the bag of weed for almost a month because I was so nervous about it, and had to watch a YouTube video on how to roll the joint. Rolled up a really terrible joint, and on literally the first inhale for me, I describe it like the clouds parted, and I remembered who I was inside. Like, after years of suffering from depression that I didn't even know that I was necessarily suffering from, I was like, oh my God, I'm in here. Like, me, Andrea, the real person, is in here.
I love that.
That's awesome.
And I like how you described it. And it's like the clouds opened up. And so then from there?
From there, I actually almost immediately got angry because I knew cannabis was helping with my depression, but I was also just laughing my face off on the couch, which, like, it can't also do that, right? Like, there has to be a happy medium. So I went to my doctor. I said, hey, cannabis is helping. Can you help me understand how to use it better? No, you're the devil. I'll give you a couple more antidepressants.
What year was this?
If you want, 2016.
Okay.
I'll give you a couple more antidepressants if you want, but don't do cannabis because you're a bad person, basically. So I booked in with a cannabis doctor, and I was like, I know cannabis is working, but I don't understand how to make it work for me so I can go back to work and be a parent. And he was like, take cannabis and then feel better. And I was like, pardon?
Who was the doctor? Dr. Mike Hart?
No.
Just wondering because he's got a clinic here.
Yeah,
And
no.
doesn't Ira as well? Isn't he one of those doctors that also
Yeah, but he's in Hamilton.
Oh, right.
But Hart's here, right? So
yeah, Hart's here.
No, this was at a cannabis clinic.
Okay.
So then I was like pissed off, right? Because I knew it worked and nobody would help me. So I started investigating, like, isn't there somebody who can teach me how to use weed?
Right. And at this point, it's still illegal.
Still illegal.
And you're teaching, so you're probably like,
yeah.
you know, it's hard to
She's a
medicate
teacher, so you know, ooh.
because you're like, oh, well, I don't want to smell like weed and be going into school. Like, there's so many things, right?
Absolutely. And I wanted to know how to get back to my old life, right? Cannabis is going to work. It's going to be part of my life. So help me incorporate it. So nobody would. So I found a course online called the Cannabis Coaching Institute, and I signed up for it. And that changed everything for me because they gave me the skills to learn how to talk to other people and help other people go through the journey where I had no like guide and I could be the guide for other people. And so it sent me on a real pathway of being angered and passionate about giving people the education they need so that they can also use cannabis to feel better and giggle their face off on the couch, but also go to work, do their stuff, help with their anxiety, etc.
Parent your kids.
Exactly.
On a nice level, you know, being present.
Yes.
You know, that's what I find. But they're much older, but I don't know how I'd find the conversation if my kids were like 5 and 6, and it's different right?
It is.
How old were your children when this?
They were 6 and 8 when I started, and we hid it from them for a really long time. Like, we would only smoke when they went to bed, and then if they came downstairs, we'd be like, "Oh, we are totally fine." But
that's
then,
my husband.
but then when I quit smoking, or when I quit teaching, or when I left teaching, and all I do all day is read about cannabis, talk about cannabis, blah blah. Eventually, I had to tell the kids, right? And so now, I'm actually so grateful that I'm able to have this conversation with my boys. They're 10 and 12 now, because as they grow up and they get migraines or they have stress at work or whatever the thing is, they know that this is an option. It's not the only thing out there, but they know it's an option. And I think that's a real gift that my kids have, that they understand this plant is medicine and it's helped their mom so much. And when it's appropriate for them, it can help them as well.
So do they know this is your job now? This is your career. Like cannabis is your career. So what does Reveal Cannabis do? You're an educator, consultant, and are you a consultant?
Yeah, so I do educational consulting. That's something that I've just moved into in the past year or so, because I realized that I have a real special skill in developing curriculum for cannabis and then teaching it. Like, oh my God, I'm a good teacher, shocker, right? So,
Who is this curriculum developed for?
Yeah, so one of the curriculums is for the Cannabis Coaching Institute. So I teach all the new coaches and educators.
Oh wow, so they helped you and now you're helping them.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
This is my favorite part, because I like to think about it like drops in the water. So you put a drop in the water and then there's little waves, right? So I get to put this drop in the water, and then JJ right there, she's one of our graduates. She's putting drops in the water, and how many drops until we get waves? You know, like the education, it's changing,
cool.
It's happening.
That's being
What
the
if
change.
I wanted to take a course? Then how do I go about doing it? Like, do you have a coaching program or membership platform, something like that?
We have, through the Cannabis Coaching Institute, you could come sign up and take a class with us where we teach you all about the plant, how to use it, why it's important, dosing, ingestion methods, all that stuff.
Right.
But then the other part, you'll love this actually, the other part of that is it's not just another cannabis training course, because there's lots, and there's lots of wonderful ones. But what we've done there is we're asking you to take what you've learned about cannabis and then teach other people. So we teach people how to make a blog, how to make a podcast, how to make a YouTube channel, how to freelance write.
You teach them how to teach people.
Yeah.
So that's actually Derek's like, what, Jackie?
So how?
We missed this. What?
So you guys, is this an in-person or like
all online? So
all online? Okay.
The
So video,
coaching,
like
everything.
Zoom or
Derek
something.
just found his next co-host. He loves this shit.
So they sign up and then they're live instructors on a virtual platform.
Yeah.
So do you have a course though that's pre-recorded too?
The entire class is pre-recorded, so you can take the class all at your own pace.
Okay,
but we have monthly calls where we have one monthly call where we talk about science, so you can come on and ask me all your cannabis science questions. We have one monthly call where you'll bring your blog or your podcast to us, and we'll help you SEO it. We'll help you make it more readable. We'll help you make it a better piece of content, so then you can go on. And this is the whole thing, right? Like Corinne, who runs the Cannabis Coaching Institute, Corinne Tobias, her goal is to take over the first page of Google with information about cannabis that is factual and accurate, not...
I love that goal. It's also my goal, Corinne. Let's get it.
She is a huge fan of yours, incidentally. She's like, you get to sit beside Jackie Child?
Okay, we'll go together, Corinne.
Yeah.
You and I'll cross the line together, hand in hand.
So how much does this cost?
The class costs about $1,500 US, although we offer scholarships and coupons. It's a 3-month program. And then the goal, again, with this class is not only learn about cannabis and make content, but we teach you how to monetize your content. So the whole point is make money.
So it's like, if I want to be an influencer or educator in the space, I come take your course and I'm going to learn, and then I'm going to be able to put it out, monetize it, everything. I love that.
Yeah. And we have a huge community as well in like an online platform called Slack.
Yeah,
so we have
know
this,
Slack.
Yeah, everybody knows Slack. So we have this huge community of hundreds of people who all have the same education, the same drive, the same kind of thoughts about
You guys are all pushing it, and everybody's pushing it forward. So now, here's the real question.
Go.
Wait a second.
Do you have an affiliate program?
Oh
Yes,
my
we do.
God.
Of course we have an affiliate program. It's the number one thing we teach people is to make an affiliate.
Right. So what's the commission on that?
10%.
Okay, not bad. I mean, we would have to negotiate, based on volume, but we would love to be pushing people into your course.
Absolutely. We will talk. It's a great course. Like, I know I teach it and shit, but I see it in our students who come out and go and make the change in the world. Like, we're having...
We also saw how you use social media and how you understand the power of social media and properly posting and tagging and the things you did.
Right.
I would like to get that into the Cannabis Wiki. And like, we have, you know how you had your Slack group?
Yeah.
Well, we kind of have a Slack group, but we slack in that Slack group. Like, nobody's pushing their social media. I mean, one of our camera guys is pretty good about it the last couple weeks, but that's only because he's not busy as hell right now. But once he gets busy, it slides off again. Yeah. And everyone else doesn't have. But social media is so important. Like you said, so important. Not only are they taking a cannabis class, they're learning how to use what they've learned to share on social media.
Except for our focus is not social media. In fact, it's the one thing that we teach the students is do not build your business on social media. Do you know anybody who's been kicked off Instagram when they got too big by chance?
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah, so
except for me.
We teach them to build their own stuff. So make your own blog, create your own videos or articles or podcasts, and then use social media to promote them, but do not create your business.
Don't have your whole life in that one basket.
Exactly.
Don't put all your eggs.
Don't put your destiny into Mark Zuckerberg's
hands.
Exactly.
Agree.
Yeah.
That's Reveal Cannabis. They're gonna
See, now I learned something here.
They turn you into an educator.
Right.
You properly understand cannabis on a different level. You educate.
Right.
You become a brand and a business out of Reveal Cannabis.
Yeah.
I have two more things I want to talk about though with Reveal.
Of course.
So 2 more things I'm proud of. One, I started creating a class, or I'm in the middle right now of creating a class for doctors in the US so that they understand how to prescribe medical marijuana to their patients. And so that's really cool to be able to be like, hey, doctors, you need to know this.
Yep.
So that class is going really well. And then the other thing that it's small, but it's the thing I'm most proud of. I live in a little tiny community just north of London near Grand Bend. It's called Parkhill. And 3 years ago, I started the Parkhill Women's Cannabis Club.
Nice.
And so we have monthly meetings and we get together and I teach them something about cannabis, like how to choose the right cannabis or what is CBD or how to make your own butter.
I love those things.
And then we smoke a joint and we laugh.
You do nug swaps?
We do nug swaps. Yeah,
Jackie
we
likes
have
that.
potlucks because that's freaking fun.
I had high teas, potlucks, and all that. And it did go well because I had them at my home. And after 8 of them, they didn't go well anymore.
And then Jackie would have people driving up and down the road, stalking her and stuff.
People couldn't get in and they didn't like me. And then it became like a clique and they were on a list. And then they wanted to charge. And then they didn't want it at my house anymore. They wanted it at Airbnb where everyone could pay. And that wasn't the point of it.
Yeah, for me, it's not the point either. I don't do this club to make money. I do make money off it, but that's not the point. I do it because I literally see the women in my club walking down the street without pain, or driving when they got their license
Right.
back after learning about CBD and using epilepsy. I swear to God, there's a woman, she drives by my house almost every day and honks super loud because she's like, I'm driving now.
Oh, I love
You
that
know,
story.
so-
Oh, that's so cool. That's cannabis. That is a
Exactly.
cannabis.
Is her
story.
window
Exactly.
down and is she smoking a joint while she's
Not
driving?
yet, but I'll try to get her there.
She'll get there. It just happens naturally.
So let's go back a little bit though,
Sure.
because when you were talking about your depression, it was your mom
Yes.
They
gave
her
you the bag
weed.
of weed.
Yeah.
That's cool. So what, did you know like growing up that your mom was smoking or like?
So my parents are old hippies,
Right.
and the first time I realized that my parents had been smoking weed since I was a kid, I was 16 years old, and I walked down into a party, and I'm like the super coolest kid ever, right? I walked downstairs into a party, and all these people are like smoking, and I was like, my parents used to smoke these cigars, and they were like, oh, Andrea, that's weed. And I was like, oh, my parents smoked weed. So yeah,
These
I've always-
cigars.
I didn't know.
Oh my God.
So yeah, my mom's been a cannabis user like basically her whole life, and I knew, and I had really stigmatized thoughts about her. You know, like I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, my mom's a druggie, like she's just trying to get high all the time. And she actually, I believe, saved my life. Like there was dark moments there. You've been there too, where
yeah. I hover there.
Did you ever ask
weekly.
her why like she
Does she-
decided to do it that day? Like how did it happen?
she was sick of seeing me suffer. She'd see me do the doctor, the therapist, the social worker, the meditation, the mediate. Like she'd
Yeah.
see me do it all, and I was still
We'd
crying
like
my
to
eyes
interview
out.
her one day.
My mom's the frickin' mom.
Now we need you and your
I
mom
want to know
come
the
back.
story now, you know?
And you does she live in London?
She lives in
Like,
Parkhill too.
Parkhill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let me ask you this. So she gave you the weed
Yeah.
now, and then you smoked the joint and you had that breakthrough.
Yeah.
So then what now? How often do you consume?
All day, every day now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a
Cannabis smoker. For real. Like
Yeah.
real cannabis consumer.
Yeah, no, cannabis like is really part of my
Yeah.
life on an everyday basis. I consume oils. I smoke when I feel like it.
Like what helps the most for the depression? That's what I'm-
100% THC for me.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like the higher THC, the
Yeah.
better.
It's not necessarily that. For me, the thing that's so beautiful, this sounds terrible, but the thing that's so beautiful about having depression, but having cannabis as a medicine is that, you know, today, for example, I woke up, I feel great. I'm so excited
Yeah.
to be here. I smoked a little bit of a joint. I was fine. 3 days ago, I woke up, I was really, really sad. Like I'm going through a divorce right now. It's like a rough time. So I smoked 2 joints that morning, and then I went to fucking work. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't ever do that with an antidepressant. I couldn't be like, I'm going to take half today,
Right.
and tomorrow I'm
Tell
going to
me
take
about
3.
You get to gauge how you feel.
Yes.
Literally the
So that I can
conversation
go
to
do
come
the
here.
thing.
Should I take one of the pills or should I only take half because I need to stay up and aware and
Yeah.
alert, but I need to take the full pill so I
in order
don't.
to be okay.
That's why I don't like
Like,
that.
yeah.
That's why I don't like pharmaceuticals, because it's like you need to not take it to be normal.
I know, isn't that nuts?
That's nuts.
In some of our conversations, Derek and I have, he'll go, look at that last sentence. Look what you just said. Like, my meds are making me sick. He's like, look what you just said. Your meds are making you sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
It is
And
nuts.
I have to be on them right now. I have to.
But we're okay with that as a society. We all know our meds make us sick, but it's not okay to smoke cannabis or to use cannabis in any form. So
Nuts.
yeah, this is why I scream about it all day long. This is why I'm here.
That's
My
why you have
message
a
on
course.
earth is to help people understand that cannabis is healthy.
You have a passion, it helped you. You have a relationship with the plant,
Yeah.
so that's why you're able to teach other people.
Yeah.
Is your Instagram currently shadow banned?
Nah, I don't know, to be honest.
What is it?
Reveal Cannabis.
And it's purple.
Yeah, it's purple.
I couldn't get it to come up today.
Yeah, I do get shadow banned a lot.
What?
And this
Bleh.
is why I'm so passionate about making your own shit.
Are you on Clubhouse?
No, I'm not on Clubhouse.
But YouTube?
YouTube, yeah. I have a pretty
Okay.
big following on
Tell,
YouTube.
tell our listeners where we can find you on socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm at Reveal Cannabis on everything. So,
Reveal
well, not
Cannabis.
everything. I'm not everywhere.
On
I'm on
LinkedIn?
YouTube and on LinkedIn, I'm Andrea Meharg. And that's actually where I'm finding so
Yeah, LinkedIn's
much
good for
community
Mhm.
is in LinkedIn.
Could you do me a favor about your LinkedIn? Can you go on your LinkedIn and go to the Cannabis Wiki page and hit invite and invite 30 of your most engaged people?
To come
I'm trying
come look
I'm
at
trying to
Cannabis
build the
Wiki.
Cannabis Wiki
Yeah, for sure I will.
LinkedIn, and you can only do 30 per month.
Yeah.
And I like instant gratification, so I have to wait a month, and now I'm just like, I'm recruiting.
Yes.
I'm recruiting people. I can't do this. Isn't it funny what bothers me? The things that are like at night I'm sleeping, and I was like, we have to get Reveal Cannabis on. She needs first. Because you did such a great job, and you did so
Yeah,
much.
we
of it,
appreciate
and,
it.
and you're a real. This is a story we love. Not only are you successful and have a love for the plant and are earning a living off of it, but rightfully so. Look at what you've gone through, and look what you like. Your place here is celebrated and welcomed. This is
Thank
what we
you.
want. Like
Yeah.
you're helping move this forward and help change, end this crazy stigma, change the narrative.
Yes.
And come from a teaching, is how can I help? How can I teach? We love that.
Yeah.
We love that.
And we have some ideas of some courses that we wanted to create, but we don't have the bandwidth. So it would be great to partner with someone like yourself, and then we can get it out to the community.
100%. This is literally my wheelhouse that I didn't realize until I quit teaching and tried to be a cannabis coach. I was like, I'm only going to coach. I don't want to teach anymore. And it turns out, no, I freaking love teaching.
You love
I just
teaching,
wanna
but
teach
you
what
needed
we
the right
share.
curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Derek, so now
Yeah, let's chat, sir.
Let's chat, sir. That's my favorite. Thank you, Andrea from Reveal Cannabis, and I'm sure we'll have you back and see you again. Thanks for joining us on the Green Room.
Thank you so much.
Boom.
It's been a pleasure.
Peace.